Hey everyone, it's Chad from the Man Crafting channel, and today we made a couple of Falcons logo cups. Andy and I realized that the Falcons are going to the Super Bowl, and for Super Bowl Sunday we had no tumblers to support our team, so we took a little time out today and made these up. We tried a couple of different things with several failures, but this is what we ended up with: a wrinkle coat. We laser etched off the logos, so watch along as we go through that process. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick run through on the powder coating side of it. I have several videos actually showing powder coating and the steps to do, but just make sure you have good coverage on the first coat, and this is going to be a single coat cup, so just the one time through. It's going to go in the oven after we clean up the stand, and we're going to lower that bottom washer, remove the gasket from, it's made of paper towel, and now it goes in the oven for about total about 25 minutes, and once it comes out it should be fully cured. Okay, I just powder coated a cup with a nice black wrinkle coat, and I want to etch the Falcons logo on the cup. So I've already saved the image I want to use to my desktop, so it's pulled up right here. This is the one I'm going to use, and when it imports, it's importing it in this position, and I need to rotate that. So let's go up here and we're going to put in 270, and that's going to give me the orientation I want. Then I'm going to look here, and this little padlock right here, it can be unlocked or locked. So if it's unlocked and I try to change the scale or the size of this image, I'm going to get some kind of weird thing like that. So let's undo that. Let's go back and lock that, and I'm going to reselect the image, and I'm going to put in 3.75. That's a size I know I already want. And once I have that size, you can do one of two things. You can go up here and you can do a preview or a simulation just to see what's going to be actually being etched. Now if your file has like some weird artifacts or something like that, it's real obvious. Now that I see that this looks like a good logo and it's usable, and don't be bothered by some edginess. On my particular screen, I just think my graphics card's terrible or something. It doesn't actually look this ragged. The lines are much cleaner. So I'm going to stop that. You want to check to make sure that you have all your settings proper. So I've got the speed set to 300. I've got my minimum and maximum power at 35. I'm not doing any kind of change. It's all exactly the same power throughout the entire logo, so those numbers can all be the same. Now I happen to have a 100 watt laser tube, and the other number you want to look at is your interval. And we've found for us, when we're doing this, removing the powder, that 0.085 is a good setting. Again, it's just experience with your laser. I know that a lot of people just want the magic answer. Maybe this is a good starting point for you if you have a 100 watt laser, and you can try adjusting these numbers up and down. We've etched a lot of powder off of cups that we've ruined just for practice. We've also found that for us and this particular laser, that 35 is a good setting to remove the powder without heating it up so much that it remelts and doesn't come off, but it's hot enough to remove what's there. If you have, say, a 50 or 60 watt, you might want to double this or figure out what the actual percentage. So a 60 watt laser would technically be about 60% of the power of a 100 watt. So I would do close to double this. So maybe 70% power, or maybe 65% power, something like that. as a starting point. So that's just a little way of trying to figure out maybe where a starting point might be for you. The next thing you want to do is go under the user settings, and it already happens to be selected, and this again, this is in RDWorks, and you know, if you've been doing something that's flat like a board or a cutting board or some acrylic, you're going to have this set to no, but for this purpose you want to hit yes. If it was set to no, you want to come down here and do the read and write, and it's in the directions, but this right here is hidden, so you got to slide it down to show the right, and then you would hit right to lock in that setting. One other thing you want to look at is under System Settings, up under the Config S. This shows where the laser head's going to start. So if I change it, you're going to see this highlighted, this dot here. If I change it to this corner, you're going to see it highlighted on that corner. When you don't see it highlighted anywhere and the image is selected, that usually means it's in the center. I haven't found anything different for that. So that's right now. The laser head's in the center. That allows me to line it up on the cup. I think you could probably also do it here and it would do it. But what I want is, I have a center point that I've determined on the particular tumbler I'm using, and I want this to be exactly halfway up and halfway down from that center point. So for some things you may choose to start it at the top or on the corner. For this particular tumbler and this particular logo, I feel most comfortable starting with the laser head in the center for determining where that logo is going to be located on the tumbler. So once I've done all that, I come over here to download. There's a little download button right here, and you're going to click download. Now it says communication error. That's because I don't have a laser on, and I left it off for this recording simply because when the laser's on, it is really loud on the recording. So normally what you'll see is a pop-up box that says that the you can put in the name of the image, and I would just put in Falcon and then send it over to the laser, and then it would tell you when the download is complete. And alright, that's pretty much it. I'm going to go to the laser now and show you what steps we do from there. So the first thing I wanted to do was select the file. Next, I lined up the gantry and the laser head to the center of the area where I wanted the logo to be etched. Now I just wanted to point something out. Once I had everything lined up and where I wanted it located, I forgot to hit the origin button. And you'll see here as I do the frame, the test pattern starts to frame off of the cup. And that is why I always use the frame. I want to make sure that everything is in place before I start to etch the cup. So I reset everything, and this time I went back and I made sure I hit the origin button. I also did an autofocus. When you're doing your first cup, you always want to make sure you autofocus so that the laser head is the appropriate distance from the cup. Alright, so here we're doing the frame, and one of the reasons we do the frame is we realized that once we'd done the frame that we're just a little bit bigger than we wanted. So I went back and I resized the file on the computer, resent it over to the laser, and here's the second frame. And you can see that it's just a little bit tighter and fits right where we want it to. And here's a quick little time lapse showing the actual laser etching off the powder. This whole logo took about 10 minutes. And here's the finished product. Hope you enjoyed this video. and have a great day.